It's another English morning today. Children, we are now on quarter 2, week 7. I'm your teacher in English for Rowena Acdan from Malikboy East Elementary School, Pagbilao District. Our lesson is to use correct time expressions to tell an action in the present tense from MELC 7. And before we go to our lesson, let us have a review. Complete the sentence by supplying the correct present form of verb in the parentheses. Listen. We belong to our teacher in online discussion.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The answer is, we listen to our teacher in online discussions. Number 2. Complete the sentence by supplying the correct present form of verb or verbs in the parentheses. The verb is enjoy. Zoo blank her mermaid outfit for her birthday.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The answer in number 2, the verb that we're going to use is Sue enjoys her mermaid outfit. Number 3, the verb is watch. My sisters and I blank a movie together. So what will be the form of the verb use?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the answer will be number 3, my sisters and I watch a movie together. Let's go to number 4. The verb is prepare. I blank a surprise for her birthday.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And the answer is, the verb prepare will be, I prepare a surprise for her birthday in its present form. Let us go to the last number, number 5. The verb will be submit. So, the sentence is, did you blank your project last quarter? Okay, so submit become what?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Number 5 answer, did you submit your project last quarter? So let us define what verb is. It is an action words. They are very important in learning language. They are always present in sentences. In a previous lesson, we learned that use of verbs in the simple present tense that signifies present condition, habitual action, or general truth. Let us have verb in a simple present tense. It is used to express the idea that an action is repeated or usual. For just example, we done it habitually or a habit, a hobby, or a daily event. Let us set an example, subject plus verb. We have subject he, she, and it. We know that it is a subject in a singular form. And another subject, I, you, we, and they, is in a plural form. If we add singular verb to a singular subject, we notice that verb had an S at the end of every verb. For example, he is a singular form, plus verb also in a singular form, eats. So we notice that, or we observe that it has an S. Next, she. We add verb in a singular form, dances. We add S. Eat. It is a singular subject. If we add singular verb, like barks, we have observed also an S. Okay, so let us go to example plural subject. Okay, but before that, let us use subject, singular subject, and singular verb in a sentence. He eats his breakfast. She dances gracefully. It barks on unknown people. Okay. Let us have example with a plural subject. Okay, so plural subject, if we add or we use also a plural verb, we notice or observe that the verb in a plural form doesn't have an S, or it is in a simple present tense. Okay, I plus verb in a plural, it or simple tense. You with verb in a plural, also dance. We, plural subject plus plural verb, sing. They, plural subject plus plural verb, bring. Let us use it in a sentence. I eat my breakfast. You dance very well. We sing together. They bring food at the picnic. So, try to analyze the uses of subject in a singular form and verb in a singular form, and plural subject and plural verb. So now we're going to use the different time expression that signaled frequently and present tense habitual activities. Try to focus on the different pictures. The boy, or he prays for his family every night. What word has an underline and what word is in a bold letter? Okay, let us leave that. Let us go to number 2 pictures. They pray together every night. So the word or the verb we use is pray, and the every night is in a bold letter. Next picture. Mrs. Cruz watches weather forecast every morning. The underlined word is watches. Next picture. Mr. and Mrs. Cruz watch weather forecast every morning. So the underlined verb or word is watch, and every morning is in a bold letter. So what are the difference of 4 pictures? Let us go to the first 2 pictures. The subject is he. So it is in what form of subject? It is in a singular form. So we are going to use also a verb in a singular form. So we use the verb praise. Remember that verb in a singular form have always an S at the end of the word. So it is done habitually or often every night. So we use the form of the verb praise. Number 2, the other one, how many person is in the pictures? So we have 4 persons. So it is a plural. So we use the pronoun they. And what is the verb that we use? Pray. What have you noticed with the verb? Is it a singular or plural? Verb without an S at the end. Singular or plural? Yes, very good. It is in a plural form. So they pray together every night, and it is also done habitually. The difference is their subject. Okay, next pictures. Mrs. Cruz. How many are watching the weather forecast? Only one. So we use the verb watches because Mrs. Cruz is only one. And the next picture, we have Mr. and Mrs. Cruz, so it is a plural. So we use the plural form of the verb watch without es at the end. And it is also done habitually every morning. Now let us answer learning task 1 on page 28. Identify the present time expression used in sentences. I will give you 20 seconds to answer the following sentences. Let us check your answer. Get your notebook, then check if the item is correct. Number 1. Alex often draws his dream house. So what is the present time expressions used in the sentences? Okay, so in number 1, the answer is often. Number 2. Nina and Lino join this contest every year. What is the time expressions used? Okay, correct. Every year. Number 3. My throat sometimes hurts whenever I drink cold beverages. The time expression used is sometimes. Check. Number 4. We write compositions in English once a month. The time expression used in the sentence is once a month. Okay, check again. Last, number 5. Mr. and Mrs. De Castro watch the stars every night. What's the time expression used? Okay, very good. Every night. So, put your score on your paper. I will show you some example of present time expressions that we are always used in our everyday life. For example, the use of every and its corresponding synonyms. Every day means daily. Every morning, every afternoon, every evening, every month or monthly, every year or annually and yearly. Next, adverbs of frequency. Usually, present time expressions is also the adverbs of frequency. Example, always, often, sometimes, seldom, frequently, usually, generally, regularly, habitually, and repeatedly. Next, Days of the week with S for repeated actions. Examples: on Sundays, on Mondays, and on Tuesdays. Times of the day: in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, at 1 o'clock. And others present time expressions are once a week, twice a month, 4 times a year, and all the time. Let us study now the placement of time expressions. In what part or what place in the sentence that the time expressions we're going to use. Note that some time expressions are adverbs of frequency. Time expressions made up of one word, including the adverbs of frequency, such as always, often, sometimes, seldom, and never, are usually placed before the verb. Example: I always bring my books with me. So the time expression is always, and it is placed before the verb. So what is the verb in the sentence? The verb in the sentence is bring. So time expressions is placed before the verb. Next example: Andrew often visits his grandparents. So what is the verb in the sentence? That is visits. So we place the adverb or the time expressions before the verb, which is often. Time expressions made of 2 or more words are placed either at the beginning or at the end of a sentence, and usually at the end of questions. So let us have the example. At 10 o'clock in the evening, all lights are switched off. So, if the time expressions are made up of 2 or more words, it is placed at the beginning or at the end of a sentence. Just like in sentence number 1, how many expressions or time expressions do we have? How many words? At 10 o'clock in the evening. So, it is more than 2 or more than 1. So, we place it before the sentence. Next, Bianca attends her dance lessons every Thursday. So, every Thursday composed of 2 words, time expression. So, we place it after the sentence. Next example, do you visit your grandparents at least once a month? It is stated that time expressions is usually at the end of every questions. It is also placed at the end of question sentence. Okay, so is it clear? So we are now on learning task number 2 on page 29. We are going to identify the present time expressions in the sentences below. Write your answers in your notebook. Again, I will give you 20 seconds to answer 5 items. Begin. Let us check the answer. Number 1. Ulysses usually cleans the kitchen. So, what is the present time expressions used? Okay, very good. Usually. Number 2. Her mother works hard every day. So, what is the time expression used in number 2? Okay, every day. Alright, who got 2 correct answer na? Very good. Number 3. Tina attends her piano lesson once a week. Time expressions used is once a week. Next, number 4. Ogie reads stories every afternoon. The time expression is every afternoon. Okay, 4 items na. Who got 4 correct answer? Okay, nice. Very good. Last, number 5. Don Dodi visits his farm every month. So, what is the time expression used in sentence number 5? Okay, very good. Every month. Let us go to learning task number 3. It is also on page 29. The direction is, write the sentences below by placing the present time expressions inside the parentheses and their proper positions. Number 1. The students attend their classes. The time expressions in the parentheses is every day. So I will give you number 1 as an examples. So you have already 1 correct number. A while ago, we studied about the emplacement of the present time expressions. If it is 2 or more words, we have to place it either before or after the sentence. So in number 1, the answer is the students attend their classes every day. So we place the present time expression at the end of the sentence. Number 2, the security guard opens the main gate. The time expression in the parentheses is in the morning. Number 3, Sheila sweeps the yard. The time expressions is every other day. The janitor cleans the hallway. The time expressions is every morning. Number 5, my parents visit my advisor. The time expressions is on Fridays. So I will give you 30 seconds to answer the following sentences. And to check learning task number 3, be ready. Number 1, the students attend their classes every day. So we place the time expressions at the end of the sentence. Number 2, the security guard opens the main gate in the morning. So again, we place it after this sentence. Sheila sweeps the yard every other day. It is also placed after the sentence. Number 4, the janitor cleans the hallway every morning. So again, we place the time expression at the end of the sentence. And the last, number 5, my parents visit my advisor on Fridays. So on Fridays, time expression, we also place it at the end of the sentence. Let us answer learning task number 4. Instruction is, put a check if the underlined present time expressions is correctly placed in its statement, and X if it is not. Number 1. Fiona chooses me always as her partner. So the present time expressions which is underlined is always. Number 2. He never forgets my birthday. The present times expressions underlined is never. Number 3. You work sometimes excellently. So, the present time expressions is sometimes. Number 4. Yes O club members meet every Thursday. So, the time expressions underlined is every Thursday. Number 5. Does Leia attend in school meetings every quarter? So, the time expressions used is every quarter. You have noticed that numbers 1 to 3, the time expression is only one word. So remember, where did we put or place time expression which is only one word? And numbers 4 and 5, the time expressions is 2 or more words. So you have to review our past or the previous discussions. Okay, again, I will give you 30 seconds. Okay, let us check our learning task number 4. Number 1, the answer is X. Why? Because as we learned a while ago, if the time expression is only one word, we place it before the verb. So in number 1, the verb is chooses. So we put yan. Always. Fiona chooses me always as her partner. Next, it's supposed to be Fiona always chooses me as her partner. That is the correct answer. Number 2 is check. Because our verb here is forgets and the time expression is never. So, it is correct. Next, number 3. Number 3 is X. So, what is the verb in sentence number 3? The verb in sentence number 3 is work. So, supposedly, the time expression sometimes we put it before the verb. So, the correct answer must be you sometimes work excellently. Next, number 4. The answer is check. Because the time expression is every Thursday. It is 2 or more words. And last number 5 is also correct. We place it at the end of the sentence. Because it composed of 2 or more words. Okay, for learning task number 5, page 30, instructions state that we are going to rewrite the sentences below by inserting the given present time expressions inside the parentheses. Number 1, the time expression in the parentheses is often, and the sentence is Angelo buys fruits. So, you are going to rewrite it. Isusulat na muli at i-insert yung expressions, time expressions na often. Saan natin diyang part ilalagay. Number 2, I go to Lucban, Quezon to visit my relatives there. The time expressions is usually. Where did or where do we going to place it in sentence? Number 2. Number 3, we play volleyball. Okay, rewrite it by inserting the time expressions on Saturdays. Number 4, do you mind working? Okay, rewrite it by inserting the given present time expressions on weekends. And number 5, do you speak to your neighbors? Okay, the time expressions is sometimes. Where do we put it or place it in the sentence? Remember, sentence number 4 and number 5 is question sentence. So, where did we place it? Again, I will give you 30 seconds to rewrite the following sentences. Okay, so after we rewrite the sentences, this is the result. Number 1, Aunt Shello often buys fruits. So the time expression is often. We place it before the verb, which is buys. Number 2, I usually go to Lukban, Quezon to visit my relatives there. So, the time expressions used is usually. We place it before the verb, which is go. Next, number 3, we play volleyball on Saturdays. So, the time expressions given is on Saturdays. It is composed of 2 words. So, we place it at the end of the sentence. And number 4, the answer is, do you mind working on weekends? Okay, so this is question sentence. So, we put or we place the time expressions at the end of the sentence. The same as sentence number 5. Question sentence, we place the given present time expressions at the end of the sentence. Okay, who got 5 correct answers? Okay, very good. And as for your evaluation, learning task 6, page number 30 on your module. Write sentences in simple present tense, telling the function of each community helper listed below. Use appropriate time expressions. Number 1, community helper is nurse. Number 2 is doctor. Number 3 is teacher. Number 4, police officer. And number 5 is farmer. And for your assignment, learning task A, on page 30. Children like you must be actively engaged in caring for Mother Nature. Show your being makakalikasan by composing clear and coherent sentences using the given verbs and present time expressions below. Number 1 is done for you. The verb is water. The time expressions is once a day. So, sentence is, I water the plants once a day. So, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5 is for you to do at home. Number 2, the verb is clean, the time expression is often. Number 3, the verb is join, the time expression is frequently. And number 4, the verb is segregate, time expression is always. Number 5, verb is plant, time expressions at least twice a year. And that's all for our lesson, week 7, quarter 2, time expressions, present time expressions. Do you have any questions? If there is none, thank you. God bless us all and see you for the next lesson. Bye-bye.